All right, so there's a new Tears of the Kingdom trailer. I just got out of work, so I haven't been able to watch it. I have heard a lot of stuff about it though online on Twitter, or at least reactions. I don't know what they show in this trailer. I haven't even seen images of this trailer, but it seems to me everybody's very excited with this final trailer. So let's see what all the hype is about, man. I'll give you my reactions after the trailer. If you like this type of content, remember to like, subscribe, all that stuff. Hit that notification bell and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Immediately is this sense of exploration. Oh man, the music is so awesome. That's interesting. Enemies fighting each other. I think Breath of the Wild had a little bit of that as well. That is very epic. The music is like a mix of new and old. Wonder if we're gonna get any dialogue. Wouldn't surprise me if we don't.
Zelda,
Oh, there goes that.
we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Link.
That's very interesting. Like gravity right there. Who builds better machinery? You or that or them?
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
I'm really not a fan of her voice acting, man. I wasn't in Breath of the Wild either.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
Okay.
Okay, let's go!
A pretty traditional Ganon design. I like that.
You are not alone.
Link. You are our final hope.
Is that it? That went by so quick. That went by too quick.
Link. You must find me.
I'm ready. Wow, I just got chills with those final notes right there. Dun, dun, dun. That gave me chills right there. Obviously a classic Legend of Zelda melody. All right, so let me put this on loop. Let me put this over here. How do you loop this? There you go. Let's just play this. All right, while I give my thoughts. All right, so before I give my thoughts about this trailer, I just want to heads up. I've been very hesitant about this game for a while now. I've been worried about it. It's the first Legend of Zelda game that I've been worried about prior to release. And a few reasons for that. The main reason being that it felt too similar. Everything that we've seen so far felt too similar to Breath of the Wild. And I've been asking myself, what are they going to do to set this game apart from Breath of the Wild? I know it's a direct sequel. I know it's in the same world. It's the same art style and all of that stuff. Same characters, same Link. So you can't be too different. I get that. But at the same time, I wish it weren't that. I wish then if that's what we have to pay, if that's the price we have to pay for a sequel to Breath of the Wild, I would have rather had something else, something different. So I've been worried about it because of that, mainly because of that. Like, is it gonna feel like the same world but just slightly different? Are we gonna get the same music cues, etc.? And this trailer does enough to set itself apart. If the tone definitely feels different from Breath of the Wild, it feels much more epic, but at the same time very personal. It seems like it's gonna be a personal story between Link and Zelda. So I'm very much happy with this trailer. I love pretty much everything that they showed. I love that Ganon design is pretty awesome. A few criticisms here and there, specifically the voice acting. You can tell that the voice acting, the game is not going to be fully voiced. You know, the Nintendo doesn't really do that with their games, first party games, and especially not Legend of Zelda. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Breath of the Wild is the first time we've ever had actual voice acting, right, in the cinematics and whatnot. But it was exclusive to specific cinematics. In game, it's all text based, right? We're not really getting in much dialogue. And the voice acting in these trailers that we've gotten so far, it feels very much that. I highly doubt that it's going to be fully voiced. It's going to be just segments, specific, cinematics that we have that. And obviously, Link doesn't have a voice, so. And it's just so difficult for me to have a silent protagonist. That's just a personal thing. I don't like silent protagonists, and I understand why they do it, but I don't like it. But anyway, so it seems to me that they're still sticking with that in terms of the voice acting. I see a few hints here and there of like in-world puzzles. Hopefully, what I saw there. Let me see. Let me go back a little bit. Some type of dungeon like this, right? Like no, that seems just like the islands. We haven't seen anything related or mentioned in terms of dungeons. So it seems to me that they're sticking with their guns and they're not going to give us traditional dungeons. What are they going to do in terms of puzzles then? Or what are they going to do in terms of bosses, right? Like what is it that we're doing to get to the final boss? Like this right here, is this a dungeon? Is that just out in the world? Like I still have so many questions, which is a good thing. It's a good thing that they've shown so much, a 4-minute trailer, and I still have so many questions. But I'm kind of losing hope in terms of dungeons. I don't think we're going to get those dungeons back, traditional dungeons anyway. So we'll see what they do to replace that, because they did the shrines to try to satisfy that a little bit in Breath of the Wild. I don't see any hints of shrines here either. So what are they going to do to have those puzzle mechanics in this game? I got to pause this. I absolutely love Ganon's design. Let me put this here. I love Ganon's design. It's very, very, very akin to the Wind Waker Ganon, and obviously, it very much looks like the Wind Waker Ganon, a little bit skinnier than him, but it's also very reminiscent of the Legend of Ocarina of Time, I should say, of Ganon. It's a traditional Ganon design. Obviously, it's not that far different, but I really, really like it. I wonder what it is that what's going on here. Here's my hopes for this game. I hope that the story is good, like really, really good. That's my only criticism of Breath of the Wild, is that not that the story was bad, but it was very sparse. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Very little story, and if you could miss it entirely if you didn't get these memories and whatnot. It was mostly just backstory. I'm hoping that isn't the case this time around. Those hints at the end with the melody, which. As much of a fan as I am of The Legend of Zelda, I'm not sure what games have what melodies, but I know that when I heard it, I immediately thought Ocarina of Time. Are they doing any type of connection to Ocarina of Time, which is my favorite game of all time, my favorite Zelda game of all time, obviously. So that gave me chills, and that gives me hopes that they're doing an actual, like they've taken their time, care to give us an actual story. Gameplay wise, it seems very much the same. This was very interesting. Like to see like creatures, because this is an enemy, just here banging on a tree, trying to chop a tree down. It makes me think like they're living out there, and we're interrupting them in some way or whatever. Like I appreciate that. It gives them a little bit of life. But yeah, nothing in the terms of gameplay seems that groundbreaking or anything of the sort. This to me feels like it's gonna be. They've shown it in pretty much every trailer. This seems to me like maybe the beginning of the game. Because she said, you know, you gotta find them. The combat seems the same, pretty easy. We got a new type of enemy, or at least not familiar to me, which is this right here. And I should have just let it play. That right there. Not exactly sure who that is. It's the main character, is the boss, different type of enemy. I'm not sure. I want to know what they're gonna do because you have the sword in the previous game. What are they gonna do now in terms of that sword? Like, why don't you have it? Do you need to go get it again? So I'm looking forward to them explaining that. I'm looking forward to explaining the Skyward more than the Hyrule per se, because of the reasons that I've already explained. It seems that there's gonna be a lot of Breath of the Wild was not made for people with ADHD. And this game seems like it's not going to be any different, right? You're constantly getting sidetracked. This right here, clearly you built this. Maybe this is like a side quest of sorts. You're taking them to someplace or another. You build them a little car and you're taking them to wherever you got to take them. So it's going to be a lot of in-world stuff. That rocket thing was pretty interesting. This right here was pretty awesome as well. So the enemies as well, maybe they construct their own thing. They have similar abilities to you. And then you construct your thing and then you pretty much face off with them. That's pretty cool. Let me see here. The different environments as well. They did a good job with the color palettes. Like you have the greens, obviously, that you always have. You have the traditional lava. You have the sky. You have this stuff back here. Like there was like a desert, which is all traditional to Legend of Zelda, but it's good to see that they're keeping up with that. Yeah, this right here is interesting. I wonder what it is that she's holding. And let me see here. Okay, see, because this right here is reminiscent of like things like yin and yang, as if this was actually, now that I think about it, this is a tier, right? Because it's called Tears of the Kingdom. So this is like a teardrop. So most likely you're finding, I guess, a few of these things for some reason. That's part of the story as well. So that's interesting. Obviously, the classic yellow, which is reminiscent of the Triforce as well. So that's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward. Like Ocarina of Time is the one to me that was most centered on the Triforce. Like they give you the backstory, its history, and all that stuff. So I'm getting a lot of Ocarina of Time vibes from this trailer, which is 100% appreciated. I'm hoping that the enemies present a little more challenge this time around. Let me see. We're gonna get familiar races as well that you've seen in the previous game. Obviously, usually this type of stuff tells a lot of story in it. I'm not gonna get real into it right now. But usually they're not hieroglyphics, right? But they're the art. These tell stories of what happened before, so maybe somebody can get into that and analyze it. Whoops, didn't mean to full screen that. And yeah, and then you're supposedly finding her. So maybe that's Zelda. She's banished, or this seems like some sort of bed. So maybe they're offering her to sacrifice. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the story is going to be on that, but yeah. And May is literally right around the corner. We're talking about. Let me see here. A month and a day. So this trailer did it for me. Like if I had seen this trailer, if this had been the initial reveal of Tears of the Kingdom, I would have been so hyped. The way they've revealed it so far, it still has me hesitant. I saw a lot of stuff that I absolutely liked and loved in this trailer, but still, because I've seen everything else that came before, I'm still reserved in terms. I still have my reservations. I still am hesitant as to how different is this game going to be. Is it going to be able to stand on its own, or is it just going to feel like an iteration of Breath of the Wild? Nothing in this trailer necessarily made me change my mind either way, but there's enough here to tell me, yeah, this game is going to be special. This game is still going to be good. Don't worry. You're still going to have a great time in this world. They haven't made a bad Legend of Zelda yet. Mainline Legend of Zelda, at least. They haven't made one yet. There's no reason to think that they're going to start now. So, yeah, awesome trailer. Can't wait till May. And, yeah, these have been my reactions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. Hit that notification bell. And thanks for watching. Till next time.